Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is episode 5 of our tabletop miniature makeover series, where we go through our miniature paint-throughs that we've done, and we improve upon them. We kind of do a review of our minis. So today we're gonna look at Resident Evil 2, the board game. We've painted up these minis. We've got them tabletop ready, but I think there's some improvement we can do, especially in the zombies. So we'll kind of go through our minis. Like we do in the series, we look for our minis that are well painted, ones that need some touch-ups, and maybe ones that need a total repaint. I think I'm going to focus on the zombies in this episode already, just from looking at the survey. But let's go through all the minis as they're painted now, and we'll get into it. So you guys know, as my mini style of getting things tabletop ready, I used a high gloss on these, and they're kind of just, I got zombie-ish tones and just did a sort of messy paint through them. But I kind of feel like I can upgrade these zombies a little bit more, like get their features to pop out a little bit more. I don't want to do a total repaint, so I think it's going to be a kind of a strategic paint through. Now I've got the minis here on the board are from both the Resident Evil 2 board game main set and Resident Evil 2 expansion for the B files. So we've got all the zombies on these on the table. I am going to hold off on painting through the. You can see in this zombie here, I definitely would like to have him have a little bit more features to show through. I know I've done a little splatter on them already, so it's going to be tricky. We're going to have to reconstruct some of that splatter. And then I also know that some of the minis I've got them all with a high gloss finish to kind of give them a gooey effect. So I'll have to work around that, probably hit them with gloss again. I'll stay away from the some of the character minis for now, although even those need some makeovers. But I think if I set it up in a batch mode, I can get through all of these zombies and repair them. And then I've also got a Malformations of G expansion set that we can look at later. You can see this guy, he's really messy. I would like to just clean that up a bit. I mean, he's got all the elements of a zombie palette, but it's sort of like he is the palette. You know, and then if you look at some of these liquors, I think these are good enough to leave as they are, so I'm not going to be touching these up for now. Kind of like how those came out, and as I learned in my paint throughs from, I want to say, Cthulhu Death May Die. That's when I learned that some of these games, they kind of do look better with a gloss coat. Here's you got your Mr. X guy here from Resident Evil 2. I like how he came up. Maybe I'll do a little touch up on him. I see some overpaint in a few spots. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore link down in the description, pontosfathompress.com. If you like Resident Evil 2, the board game, you're probably into horror, so go check out our Tales of the Yellow Sign Volumes 1 and 2. We've got Robert Chambers' The King in Yellow with introduction preface by August Moldenhauer, as well as the companion piece Lost Carcosa and the Yellow Sign. We've also got Zombified Carolina Tobacco Guys with the Nashua Necrosis, as well as The Killing with Bogman as part of the Bogman saga. And then the Moldenhauer Balsamo Sextology, Genealogy of Cthulhu, Psychoanalysis of Rillia, Archaeology of Yog-Sothoth, and Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, Alchemy of Azathoth, and the Hermeticism of Hastur. Finally, those 6 books are collected in the most handsome Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence Grimoire. This collects all of them in a nice hardcover. You get hardbound book, collecting all of the details of the Necronomicon fragments, Catu Journals, and various Yog-Sothothery throughout this book. Something for everyone here across all of those 6 different great old ones. Now back to our miniature makeover paint through. Okay, so let's take a look at these zombies one by one. We've got these are sort of reaching zombies. You can see that they've got that kind of classic Dawn of the Dead, original Dawn of the Dead kind of green color I went with. We try to clean up some of their outfits and make them seem a little bit more coherent. Second batch we've got here is just a mix of just the sort of straight standing zombies. We've got some males and females here. I want to go through their outfits, make them a little bit more crisp. I do kind of have a lot of splatter and gore technique on these, but I'd like to clean them up a bit. They are kind of, I feel like I just rolled these in the palette, if you know what I mean. And then finally we've got a bunch of shufflers. Got a couple of guys with reaching outward too. I think these can all be cleaned up. You can see I've tried to do a little bit of a same green color. I'm going to stick with that green kind of effect and probably use that technique across all these zombies. For the hero character players, again, these could have a little bit of touch up as well. I'd like to do a full makeover on these, but I'm really going to focus on the zombies. These guys are okay. I might do some touch up on Ada Wong's leggings, and I think the same thing goes for some of the liquors and other characters. I kind of like how these came out. They're fine. Definitely tabletop ready, so I'll probably stay off these. I do see a couple of spots I want to touch up on his coat, and then I'll re-gloss these again. I'm gonna stick to the gloss effect. I just kind of like that for these zombie ones. So let's jump into it. Start out with the police from Raccoon City, traditional kind of police uniforms. I'm going to brighten these up again, give them blue slacks, give them light blue shirts like they have in the game, and then get their badges, and then move on to the other ones. So I've redone the flesh on most of them. I've redone a lot of the clothing, sharpened up the clothing. I'm going to add some blood splats on these, but they're looking a lot better. I'm really happy with how these are coming out. I'll do some hero shots for you guys. First, I'm going to get them out with some clear coat spray again, respray them to lock in all of the work. So I splattered with these with some extra, some red paint, just with some splatter. I'm liking how these came out. I'll do some hero shots for you so you guys got the after shots, and I'll take you out and to the end of the video. One last shot of splatter, and then another clear coat, and then I will take you guys out to the hero shots. Thank you guys for watching. That's going to do it for the end of this video. Go check out our bookstore. Check out our Patreon. Like and subscribe to get more miniature makeovers. Really liked how these came out. Can't wait to get them on the board. We've got a bunch of seasons of Resident Evil 2 board game gameplay out there, so you can go check that out. Thank you guys so much for your support and for watching, and we'll see you soon.